Today I want to speak to you briefly about the role of carbohydrates in this transformation. I like to keep carbs within the transformation all the way. I don't like to cut them entirely out. It's great for your metabolism. By having carbohydrates in there within the majority of your meals will keep your metabolism firing the whole time. Plus, it's the body's preferred source of energy. So this is something that you really need when you're training very intense and very hard trying to build muscle during the transformation. Now, I'll slowly lower my carbohydrates as I'm going through the diet, and I'd want you to do this too, but when to do it is the key. So if you jump on the scales and you notice that nothing has changed for an entire week, then maybe pull out like 1/4 cup out of each meal. After a few weeks, if I've plateaued again, maybe I'll bring out another 1/4 meal. Or you can bring it out of the last couple of meals, because you really wouldn't need those carbohydrates before going to bed. But in the beginning, keep them in there, because no matter what you do in the beginning, your body will transform and start to change due to the cardio and the intensity of the workouts. You'll notice I do mention glycogen several times throughout this transformation. Now, carbohydrates replenish these glycogen stores, and glycogen is what gives us the energy, especially to work out and perform the cardio and do the day-to-day functions. And carbohydrates are also protein sparing. So normally, if I've got higher carbohydrates throughout my diet, I'll have my protein slightly lower. And as I slowly lower my carbohydrates, I'll increase my protein slightly, just to make sure that I maintain and build on my muscle mass. There's two different types of carbohydrates as well that you can have within your system. That's the fast burning and the slow burning. The majority of the carbohydrates throughout this diet are slow burning, coming in the form of like your oatmeal, brown rice, sweet potatoes, stuff like that. You do have faster carbohydrates just after the workout, and they can be apparent in cereals and other sugary substances, which I always recommend you stay away from. The reason being is because your blood sugar levels will drop and you'll just get a craving to try and bring them back up. And they're not a very good energy source. You will have crashes on those types of energy. That's why we have the slower carbohydrates to have sustained energy. So I hope that's cleared up some carbohydrate confusion. A lot of experts do recommend low carbohydrate diets as a way to go. I personally stay away from that. I did it in one of my very first diets, and all I had was a lot of cravings, crashes, so I didn't have much energy, and I didn't have any strength to train in the gym, so I ended up losing a lot of muscle. When I transform, I've got two goals. I want to build muscle and burn fat at the same time. That's why I like to go the high to moderate carbohydrates, and as we near the end, I just lower it slightly. We've arrived in Columbus, Ohio. So the packed meals worked out great today. On the plane, on the way here, I managed to eat 4 meals out of my Tupperware containers. As soon as we arrived, I just ate another meal, so I think this is meal number 6 now. I'm about to have a cup of coffee and I'm going to do my cardio. I like to have my coffee before my cardio or before my weight training, because that acts like my stimulant. It helps me get going and have an intense workout. Word. Tomorrow is going to be another non-training day. The reason why it's been 2 non-training days in a row is because I'm traveling. However, when I return, I'll be training 3 days in a row to make up for it and make sure that I train every body part within that week. I'll see you tomorrow.